Let me see if he's ready to go on. There he is.
What is good,
None other
family?
than Kurt R. Nugent is in with us. Kurt, you got to do me a favor. As you're setting up, I'm going to go to the chat with me and Walt on. I'm going to also send you an invite on IG. Do you mind setting up your phone so you can go live on IG as well? Or you're already there?
I'm kind of ready.
Okay, let me send you an invite. Hey guys, we're trying to do some things differently tonight just because Walter is on. Kirk, I wouldn't do this any other time. But because Walter is on, I want to be sure we do it big for him tonight. Listen, I've even pulled out my big microphone for him.
You doing it all tonight, bro.
You know, I want to be sure we do it the right way.
Oh, snap.
There he is.
Oh, snap.
So we got it all set up on IG. What's it? Strick City, DJ Strick on IG. I have Walter Jeanette on with us. I have Kurt Nugent on with us. And of course, we are live on the Ecamm's YouTube channel where we got Mr. Camera Junkie. He's already talked about my microphone. How smooth could it be? Let me be honest with you. Andy, let me be honest with you guys. Mr. Camera Junkie, the reason why I pulled out this Shure microphone tonight because I was watching some of the old shows.
Yeah.
And I listened to Kirk Nugent, Kirk R. Nugent, and he was sounding like Barry White. I said, no more of that. No more of that. I couldn't have him sounding like Barry White on me, man. He's got his Shure MV7 dialed in. It sounds excellent.
Ain't it dialed in though? Yeah.
Hey man, listen, you gotta dial it in. You gotta dial it in. When I'm on the strict show, on the stream show, I gotta step up on my game.
Yeah, I need to switch back to my pod mic. That's what we doing then.
So we're all stepping up our game tonight for Walter Jeanette hanging out with us.
Yes,
Walter, I said in my introduction, as I was writing the description for the YouTube show on Ecamm, content creator, graphic artist, entrepreneur. Did I just make that up?
No, that's legit.
Oh my gosh! Like, what are you not doing? Can we start with that? Like, what you are not doing?
I don't play football, contrary to popular belief. When I go to work,
I got you.
Yeah, so people be like, "You don't?" No, I'm undersized.
You don't play football?
No, sir. I played when I was in high school, and a bad back and knees later, I'm done. So I do not play football. So that's probably about the only thing that I don't actually do. Right, exactly.
I got you. Well, they never say I played football, and they never think I did. Like, I guess I lost it. I lost the football body.
Come on,
more
man.
of that.
Yeah.
No more of that. So I want to get started because when did you actually connect? For everybody that's watching tonight, this is the Ecamm fam thing, okay? This is the Ecamm fam thing. Walter Jeanette is a part of the Ecamm family, but he's a content creator. He's a graphic artist. Entrepreneur. He knows all about cameras. He knows all about audio. He knows all about now webinars, whether that's virtual or live streaming. And he's about to do his own webinar series to help people. And we're going to get down into all of what's going on for you, Walter. But I want to start with how you connected with Ecamm Live.
Man, that's a good question. I was part of the OBS gang. You know what I'm saying? I think pretty much like.
So sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I know. And it was right before the pandemic, right around the pandemic. Was looking for, because OBS was not con to Max. You know, now you have like Streamlabs, OBS, and OBS has gotten much better. But I've been a Mac user forever. You know, I tell people I'm apostolic, so I don't deal I don't deal with Android and PC people. But I love y'all. But we're an apostolic community over here. But yeah, so
apostolic, that's priceless.
Right. So I was looking for something that was better suited, and I don't know if it was a Google search or what, or I saw somebody that I knew in a forum that was kind of talking about Ecamm. Checked it out. I was like, oh, this is sweet. And so I just went ahead, like everybody else, jumped on the free trial. But what sold it for me, and I tell anybody this, greatest community on earth. graded during right before that 2020 time, and it's still, the community is great. But there was no time. You know how when people say, for me, the 90s was the greatest generation? You had to be in the Ecamm community during the pandemic. There was no greater time than that, man. And that, I was sold. I was like, yo, these are my people. This is my tribe, and I'm good. You know, let's move off an island and call it Ecamm. I'm good with that. So that's really where the connection started.
There's so much to say. And Kirk, I guess I'll ask you this question. Like, what is the common denominator, do you think it is with the Ecamm fam?
There's a desire to help one another level up. I think in the creator community, prior to the pandemic, and maybe it even predates the pandemic a little bit more, but in the creator community, there was very much an air and a atmosphere of competition. People were, it was dog eat dog out there. Folks were, it was really rough.
Facts.
It was a different air than what you currently see now. And I think Ecamm was a breath of fresh air in that you had people who were just kind of trying things. You had people who were in their industry and they were like, well, I've never seen anybody else do it this way, but now that I've got Ecamm, maybe let me try it.
Right.
And it was a lot of exploration. It's kind of like the gold rush, you know what I mean? When people were moving west to California and places like that, trying to find gold, people were trying stuff out. And much like the gold rush, right? People were moving west to try and see if they could find gold. The people who actually made a lot of money were the people who were selling the things that help people to find gold.
Right.
Wrangler, Lee, those are companies that are still there to this day. The things that you used to use to find the gold, the pots, the pans, those are still household names even to this day, even though ain't nobody looking for gold no more, not in that way at least. Those companies established themselves as ones who were like, look, we're going to set you up. We're going to give you the tools to be able to find the gold that you're looking for. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm saying. Ecamm set itself up as a tool to be used for us to be able to find our gold. And that's our audience, and that's our community, and that's our businesses and our entrepreneurship. And this is a tool upon which you can build a firm foundation. And I often tell people that if you're going to build a foundation, you don't want to build it on free stuff. So I never was a fan of the OBS movement, even though it's a phenomenal platform. I tell people that all the time. It's phenomenal, but I got to be able to pick up the phone and call somebody and say, hey, I've got an issue with this.
That's good.
And I need to know that there's somebody behind that joint that says, this is my product, it's my name on it, and I want this product to succeed. And so because I want it to succeed, I'm going to put some support systems around it and allow for organic feedback. Okay, I'm talking enough now, but you get the point.
Walter, as you can tell, all I have to do is just ask Kurt a question, and get out of his way. Listen. He's going to give us some good content.
We kindred spirits,
fam, and if you're in the comments or if you're watching, let us know if you're in the Ecamm family. We really want to connect with you guys tonight as we're telling the story of another Ecamm fam member, Walter Jeanette, that's hanging out with us tonight. I believe one of the common denominator, of course, is the fact that we're all Mac users. And with that comes a different type of mindset. You know, you hear it from PC people all the time, people that use Androids and Microsoft and all that. You know, you can still have the same type of computer way cheaper if you do it. No. We need the processor.
Facts.
That Apple provides. Facts. You know, we need all of the other stuff that's inside that you can't get from a PC that makes it different. And people are willing to pay the extra price for the iPad, for the watch, for whatever else they come up with. And you're in the ecosystem of Apple right now, which also puts Ecamm in that ecosystem. So everything talks to each other. That being said, people are going crazy in the comments right now. Let's go, man. Let's go to the comments and talk to some people. That was last week's. And let's go ahead and add my man Walter into the comment scene. There we go. Here we go. So, of course, Mr. Camera Junkie is there. You know, hey to everybody. And he shouting out my mic. Yeah, man, I had to pull this one out for us tonight. And Andy is shouting us all out. So there we go. Yeah, we got the team hanging out with us today. And he says he started with OBS as well, he think.
Yeah.
And then she's new to us.
Okay, Zakia. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Absolutely.
Glad you could be here. And she says there's nothing like the Ecamm fam. So if you're on IG, I'm actually going down some of the comments that I have on the Ecamm channel. So if you're in the chat on IG, just let us know and we'll see you there as well. What's that?
So he did. They said it looks like we may be hearing double on the IG.
Maybe hearing double. And I'm not sure where that would come from. Everybody's got on headphones, right?
Yeah.
Other than me, I have my audio way down, but it may be coming through again. You might hear like an echo there, and maybe, hey, we tried it, and maybe it didn't work. You know?
I hear it. I hear it very faintly, but it's not like disruptive. So I guess the question is, are they saying like is it a faint, like that faint you hear that's coming from Strick's phone, or is it like double, Walt, Strick, like, because yeah.
It's not like that. Yeah. That's not what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Paul is going to tell us. Paul Duncan is joined. He's going to let us know whether or not
Yes, he will.
Yeah.
Yes, he will.
Yeah. So it's a great opportunity for us to test this. It might be an echo, and I apologize if it is. We're just trying something out. We're actually live on our phones inside of our IG. It's just another camera view. Okay. Just something else that people can try. You know, while you're live. And I wanted to do something extra. Listen, if you know anything, let me go to this scene. I'm going to get back to the comments. If you know anything about Walter Jeanette, you know he is an innovator. I did not want to push the issue today of doing something innovative. Why have him on the show? Because we all could use a little live time on our IG channels, but to be able to do this at the same time that we're actually doing our Ecamm live, the stream show tonight, it's just something a little different we wanted to try.
I feel it.
You know, why not, Kirk, right? You know, I'm made, I got a face made for TV and IG and YouTube. Let's try it.
Man, I'm all for it, man. I've actually muted myself on the IG side,
but I can still hear you through my phone if I really can.
Okay.
So let me get back to the comments. And if it's like too crazy over there, guys, let us know. Cliff says, still great community. He chimed in when we talked about the community, and he completely agrees about Ecamm. And God's Child said OGs are here. And
Let's go.
We are. And man, my girl, Miss Tatiana, is hanging out with us.
First of all,
so
let me just say something. Absolutely smoked the stream last week?
Yes, she did.
It was a couple of weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Absolutely.
Yes, she did.
Smoked the stream, and I was like, bro, I got to come on after that. That's a problem,
man.
She was really good.
That's a problem.
She was really good. And I was glad, and she's coming back. Like, we got to have her back. We talked about it already. And I appreciate people. Let me know if you're still hearing the feedback on IG.
They say it's gone now. So but then they said I'm muted. I don't know, bro. Somebody they say it's gone, but is it still there?
One person said it's gone. Another person said I still hear it. So it's kind of
and that is
now they're saying they're not hearing Walt on IG.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I mean, because I'm unmuted. It's Instagram, bro.
I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
He said now your sound is back.
Okay, but do you hear feedback? Like, is the feedback gone? Are we good on that? That's all. Yeah.
And what about me? Because my audio should be completely dead as well.
Hey, I'm good. I'm good on this side. Let's go here. G. Albert says I can hear you now.
Okay.
Ecamm he's on
YouTube. You're gonna be.
He's
fine.
on YouTube. Yeah, he's on YouTube. Yeah. So I just have to throw up the comments because it was there. Equip Institute. It says she's Ecamm fam. David Hunt is in the building.
What's good, Florence?
Okay.
David Hunt.
Good. Yeah, Ecamm community is the best. You better believe that. And he says he's not on IG, and she is saying, "Oh my goodness, guys, you are too kind." Well, hey, the truth
No,
is the truth.
no, we are not. We are not kind
Nah,
enough.
that's the truth.
Not quite. Not kind enough.
Shout out to
Hey, the
David
truth is
Hunt.
the truth, right?
Just got
Yeah. No.
about a week
Real
ago,
talk.
got 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
Did she?
Ooh.
No, I'm sorry.
Tatiana?
No, I'm sorry. We
Yeah,
were talking about
you're right.
Tatiana,
David Hunt just
but
got
David
1,000
Hunt
subs. You're
just
right.
hit
That's
1,000
awesome,
subs like
David.
within the last week or so. So shout out to him. Yeah.
Shout out, D Hunt. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The maestro himself. 1,000 subs. We clap it up for that, man. That's what's up.
Definitely, definitely. They're saying there's still like an echo there. Hey, Strick, can you? What they asked me to do? Hold on.
They're want you to mute on IG. Man, let's leave IG alone. Just everybody mute on IG, and we'll look at you every now and again. What's good, IG? But we just gonna.
How do I mute on IG though? I got my mic turned all the way down.
No, it should be.
Okay,
No,
here it is.
there's a mute
There you
button.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. Maybe that helps.
Yeah.
I
mean,
can still
it's
hear
going.
myself coming through.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Hey, but never mind, because we don't want to stop one thing for another. If you're
Facts.
there
That's
watching
it.
on IG, maybe the comments or something like that was coming through. But hey, let me say this to everybody. If you're a content creator, and I know we've been talking for a minute, I need you to lean in for the conversation we're about to have with Walter Jeanette. I really want you to concentrate. If you are building webinars, if you're doing thumbnail graphics or graphics for someone else, if you have your own clothing line, I bought some of Walter Jeanette's clothes.
Come on,
I really
dog.
like his stuff.
You done brought that up.
If you are someone that's building a YouTube channel, because I'm sorry, I am an Ecamm fam guy, but I'm definitely a YouTube content creator. Like, I really want to focus on YouTube. I just feel like it's the best platform when you're trying to monetize yourself, not just for them, but also branding and some other stuff. They really want to know what you're doing on YouTube. TikTok has its place. There's some people that are doing some amazing things on TikTok, but guess what? When they hit TikTok, guess where they come? YouTube.
Yes, they do.
That's where they come. That's where they come, because they figure out, man, I've been over there dancing for so long for TikTok and I ain't really get paid that much money. Let me come to where they actually pay the content creators. That being said, Walter, you just did something amazing in 2023. You just put together, in partnership with one of your friends, a conference that you had Chris Do come to your city and actually do an event with you.
Man.
Now, for people that don't know who Chris Do is, he's like one of the leaders in branding and marketing, teaching on YouTube, another YouTuber, right? But he has a big company. People pay him millions of dollars to actually use him to do logos and graphics for their company. I mean, he is the guy, one of the leaders in our space when it comes to talking about branding. That being said, how did you do it, sir?
Man, I gotta be honest. Shout out to my guy EB Elton Benjamin. We call him the Eye. You got to be surrounded with people who dare to look crazy, to everybody else. And we were having a conversation, and he was like, "Bro, let's do something." And I was able to get a conversation with Chris. And not to say like we're on a first name basis, but when he said Chris, I only know one Chris. Shout out to Chris Stone, but I only know one Chris. And I was like, when did this happen? And it was like, boom, there's an opportunity there. Okay, what's the numbers? Okay, how much time we got? And I'm gonna be honest with you, we were able to pull that off, and E really ran with that. I mean, that man was Abraham. He left his family, his kindred, not literally, but it's like he went. I tell you like this, it was like after Ziklag got burned down and he pursued without fail. And I mean, he just went after it. And next thing you know, I'm sitting in a room and I'm like, bro, this Chris Doe is like in Raleigh, North Carolina. And if I'm not mistaken, definitely at that time, it was the only domestic event, public event. There were some events that were private, but it was the only, the only public event he did in the United States in 2023. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me. But that happened last year at Creativerse, and he's coming back. So he will be back, you know what I'm saying? In May. He's coming back for round 2.
So, okay, he's coming back for round 2. Since we're talking about it, give us the detail about exactly what he did when he was there.
Oh, man. Like, first of all, so he did his normal, well, I don't want to say normal because nothing Chris does is normal, but he did his, keynote, and the keynote, of course, was amazing. It's just, we watch the videos, but it's nothing like, of course, when you're in person. And but I think where the value really came is for those who got an opportunity to be in a quote unquote boardroom. And that was more of that one-on-one VIP experience where it's like, okay, let me give you all the information. I was able to give everybody else, you know what I'm saying, the crumbs that were in the cake. And here's the good thing. Wow. The same thing that's in the cake is in the crumbs. But now I can have a real conversation with y'all, and let me just give you the straight up truth. I'm in a room, with hundreds of people. It's kind of like church. I can't really tell you what I want to tell you. I get you behind closed doors. Now let's really talk what's wrong with your business. Not like this grandiose idea of, these are the things, you know what I'm saying, that could potentially be going wrong. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a one-on-one. Ask me a question. And let me tell you bluntly. And that's the thing. Chris is one of those people that he's going to give it to you straight. And that's why you have a lot of people that love him. And you have a lot of people that's like, it's almost like the Gary Vee thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You either like him or you love him. You know what I'm saying? But and he might not take too kind to that because I know he just did an interview, talking about Gary. So I'm not going to get in that. But yeah, he is an amazing human being. And his brain is just like, how do you fit it all in there? So it was dope, man.
So let me ask you this question. You're sitting in the room, you're in the boardroom, right? How did it change your life having that experience with him?
First of all, I was in the room with the Michael Jordan of my industry, the LeBron James of my industry. I was in the room with a legit GOAT. So one of the things, my mom, shout out to Mom Dukes, probably watching somewhere, retired 31 years, an educator. And so the educator.
That's what's up. Hello, Mom.
The educator in me, that's where it comes from. We have teachers, superintendents in our families, principals, all those different types of things. But one of the things we always talk about, what set me apart from the people that I grew up in the same neighborhood with was I had a reference point. My mom sacrificed to make sure I had a reference point that when I got down the road in life, I could always refer back to, okay, you were number one, you were raised better than that. You were disciplined better than that. You're smarter than how you're acting. Her line is get yourself together and elevate your mind. This was an opportunity for me to elevate to a place that it created a reference point. So now when I'm sitting in the room, when I'm sitting at a table, when I got a camera in my hand and I'm sitting here capturing a person that I've admired all of this time, and it's like, oh my God. And I'm sitting here, and here's the thing. Here's the other thing. Can I say this and nobody get offended? It doesn't sound
I won't be offended.
It doesn't sound like German. It doesn't sound like French. Is what it means. Just like when I said me and Kirk, have kindred spirits. You know what I'm saying? Where you just tell Kirk to start talking totally and it's like, boom. I was like, bro, finally somebody who gets it. Because what we do, what we talk about, it's not sexy. Just like you said, you were talking about when Kirk was talking about Wrangler. There are those who are trying to give you the tools, the strategies to get you ultimately there. Nobody wants us.
Right.
Nobody wants us. Nobody wants. I don't want to know how to get it. I just want it. So I don't want to know how to get the gold. Just give me the gold. And so a person like Chris reaffirms and confirms everything. It's like, yo, stay the course. Chill out. Because if what I'm doing is not sexy because it's not really tangible, and you were able to take what I'm doing and get to where you got, man, I'm in good company. So I was like, people are offended when I say this. I tell people, I say, I'm a genius. I really am. Like I'm that confident. The world just doesn't know it yet. That's not arrogant. That's like literally.
Can I tell you something?
Yes,
I'm going to
sir.
interrupt you on this one. Dude, I believe you're a genius. I'm telling you right now, Walter, you are a genius.
I appreciate that,
Like,
man.
it may not be a lot of people that know it, just like you said. I know it. I knew it when I met you for the first time, a couple of or in the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
We actually did a show together, the Stream
Kings, man.
And you know, I knew then, listening to you, seeing your product. So it's both. Like you have similar to Kirk, man, you just gifted in so many sides to be able to communicate the way you do and then drop some of the hottest thumbnails and some of the best
Sheesh.
graphics that you do. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Guys, if you don't know who he is, y'all please go look him up. Walter Jeanette. We're still talking to him now. He just last year had a chance to sit down and be a part of a conference with Chris Do.
Creativerse.
I mean, everybody listen. If you have a business of any kind, you need to listen to some of his branding. If you are a content creator that's trying to do any type business, you're an entrepreneur and you want to know how to do pricing, he teaches you how to do pricing. Like, people don't automatically like the way he teaches it or what he says, but it makes sense to a real content creator that is trying to get business with a resort.
Let me jump in there too, man.
Go ahead.
I think one of the things that
before you get started, man, let me say this. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Chris Do, and then we just talked up Chris. You know what I'm saying?
We just talked to Chris Stone. You're so right.
Hey, love you, sir. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We're going to get to the comments in just a second.
Oh,
Go
absolutely.
ahead, Kirk.
No, I want to say this. Let me start by talking about Chris Do for a moment. The reason why a lot of people have a very strong reaction to him is because, you know, that old adage that says success has been sitting in the corner. It just looks like work and has on overalls.
Oh, man.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to do it.
Right.
You don't want to do it. And I think the reason why a lot of people have a very strong reaction to Chris Do is because he'll give you a strategy. And now that you have the strategy, you cognitively know this strategy will work for me.
Right.
But that's a lot of work.
You got to do the work.
That's a lot of work. And a lot of us sit between the tension of knowing what we have to do and actually doing it.
Right.
So that's the first piece I want to say. Second piece I want to say is somebody missed it. And that's why I have to go back to it.
Let's get it.
Walter said, I was in the room. And I need somebody to understand, like, that is a major component of what these spaces are for us. When you think about the stream show, you're in the room.
In the room.
Yeah.
And like a good Baptist preacher, your boy DJ Strick curates this pulpit. Okay. He only brings people here to speak to you who he knows is going to be of benefit to you.
That's good.
That's true.
You're in the room. But if you're in the room and don't realize that you're in the room. So here, this is the last piece and I'm done. Your boy Walt said, I was not only in the room, I was capturing what was happening in the room.
Right.
I was making what was happening in the room relevant to my own life and experience. But this is the third piece, and I hope somebody catches this. Chris Do opted to be in the room with Walter.
That's right.
There it is. That's the part that Walter ain't trying to say it to you. He said I'm a genius. What I'm telling you is Chris Do opted to be in the room with Walter. And this is the piece I just feel like sometimes me and Walter's episode is actually dropping this week. I just approved it from my editor.
Hey, it's finna be a good week.
Y'all need to go check that joint out. But what I'll say,
definitely.
you guys, you need to don't ask if the dream is crazy. Ask if it's crazy enough. And that's the piece. I'm done there. I want somebody just needs to leave with that one perspective shift.
That's good.
Maybe, just maybe, I'm reaching too low.
Wow.
I like that.
You just flipped the room, Doc.
Hey, before I go to the comments, Walter, when you hear what Kirk is saying and you were in the room with Chris, how did it, I think I asked this question, how did it change your life or what did you get out of it? But can you just kind of share one thing that you did differently after that?
I stopped BSing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stopped.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I love that answer.
because
I love that answer.
like real talk, in 2023, I know a lot of people talk about life be lifing. 2023 was a transformational year for me. It was my Jordan year, but it wasn't the championship year. It was the we lost to Orlando year.
Oh gosh. Please speak. Sir. Oh my goodness.
It was, like, man, pandemic is over, retire. So let's put me back in the game, coach. Oh, this ain't go like I thought it was going to go.
No.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And little did I know the conference happened, the beginning of, early in May, and like the next 6-7 months was like crazy. And what I didn't understand was happening. I'm gonna tell you how timely this is. Kirk inspired me to do something. He's been doing this Monday, this morning motivation thing, everything. And so part of me doing my community, I got a private exclusive podcast I'm doing for them. I recorded the episode early this morning. YouTube blocks it. Now here's the thing: it's unlisted. It's not monetized. I don't care about the copyright, as long as I don't get a strike or whatever. I'll share revenue. If you're part of the partner program, you understand what I'm saying. But SME, which is the regional music company that owns this particular thing, they blocked it. And I'm sitting here like, man, y'all ain't never blocked anything else I've ever done. Of course, I submitted a dispute and everything or whatever. But what I talked about, of course, it being Sunday, a lot of people are at church. So the inspirational thing I came from this morning was talking about from Genesis, after the flood, God is, talking to Noah, and he makes this promise that he'll never destroy, the earth again. And he says, as long as the earth remains, there will be seed time. It reads as one word, but to me, I'm like, you got to look at that as two separate words. Seed time, harvest, heat and cold, night and day, summer and winter. And so one of the things I always say to my friends, I say, in between times, so you have seed, you have harvest. In the middle is time. That time, in between time, what we call the mean time, can be a really mean time. And so one of the things we say, so one man planteth, one man watereth, another man watereth, God gives the increase. I'm in the room. Yeah. That's the seed. That's the seed. Yeah. Everything now is a confirmation of, I'm here. So I'm getting ready to hit it. So mentally, I made the shift that, okay, no more BS. So, but now I got to go through this meantime for the next 5, 6, 7 months where life just does a flip. So now when I get to January, February, and I'm here in March, and people are like, yo, what in the world is going on, bro? Like, you showed up like the Hulk.
Come on.
I'm like, you don't understand, bro. Yeah. Like, I literally just had to cut Thanos' head off. But here's the thing. Thanos was not a foreign enemy. Thanos was me. I was the only thing holding myself back.
Wow.
Come on and talk about it.
Yeah.
And so, and so, and I know we can talk about this all night, but whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a content creator, whether you do podcasts, whether you do YouTube, whether you're just a thought leader, whether you're trying to figure out this thing, thumbnails, titles, whatever it is, it's like, yo, at some point you got to say, okay, let me get me out of my way. It's not the views. Right. It's not the subscribers. It's not the watch time. It's not the stream. It's not Ecamm. It's me. What I told him, I said, you don't have a consistency issue. It's a lot of y'all in the chat right now that think you got problems with consistency. You don't have a consistency issue. If you remember nothing else I said tonight, walk away with this. You have a commitment issue. You're just not committed.
My God.
You're not committed because in anything you commit to, you will be consistency will take care of itself. And that means if
Walter, you're going to have to stop, man.
See? I told you.
You're going to have to stop, man. You got to let these people get this.
I told you. I'm trying to give it to them.
Hold on. I'm going to go to the comments just 1 second. Hold what you got. Because Miss Davis is like, y'all saved in here. Okay, bring that word.
Yo, I got so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chris Stone is like, it's not the 20, it's not the 32-bit float. You know what I'm saying?
You're not a pro.
Listen,
Keisha is like an all-time word, Walter. Yes.
No,
yes.
Listen, Walter, the way what I hear you saying is there's between the time that the seed is planted and we see that first shoot burst the ground, there's work taking place.
What you just said. Yeah.
There's work taking place. And unfortunately for many of us, we plant the seed and we're expecting the shoot to come up immediately.
You're the man that had the one talent and buried it.
So it's like this for content creators. Okay, you're trying to get it. Okay, we're pushing people to YouTube to build content on YouTube, to be a part of the partnership program. You're saying, hey, we need you need 30, 50, 100 videos, and you're working, planting those video seeds, and it's still one more dimension that well, it's a couple of things. You want to be sure you're making good content.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you can't be making bad content. But there's still an element of time that goes into your success. And if you get in the way of yourself because of your idea of the time that you want and the time that it really takes could be different. Now, we had some people in the pandemic start with YouTube and just shoot to the moon, right?
Right.
But that didn't happen for everybody. It didn't happen for most. So you have to be dedicated to, even when people are not watching, you have 20 videos with 10 views.
Keep pushing.
And you got to still create videos behind that.
Because what are you committed to?
You know, but say that again.
What are you committed to? Are you committed to? Are you committed to the views, or are you committed to the reason? See, the thing is, people just start creating content without a reason. Like, no, like, what? Why did you start? Like, Strick, you said you play football, right? Okay, here's can I say the same thing to you that I said to Kirk? You know what I'm saying? And then I had to say it publicly. I love everybody. I love Mr. Beast. I love Think Media. I love Peter McKay. I love what I'm getting ready to say. I might get Ecamm shut down, so y'all forgive me. I love everybody, but tell the truth. You got lucky.
Yeah,
you got lucky. Because Strick, here's the thing. You played football. If it worked for everybody, we would all be in the league. Everybody would have a silver plaque. Everybody would have a gold plaque. We would all have it. But here's the fact. Everybody don't make it to the league.
Right.
And everybody that does make it to the league, they don't all score 40,000 points, 11,000 rebounds, and 10,000 assists like LeBron James.
And nor do they stay 20 years.
20 years. Come on, man. So I'm not going to disrespect. I'm not going to disrespect anybody with the word luck, because these people put in hard work. But going back to what you said, 4 T's, and this is just real. I'm giving y'all a sample of what they're going to get tomorrow night. So if you ain't signed up for the webinar, you got till 12 o'clock. That's a quick pub. But listen.
Okay, let's just stop and do the webinar thing, and then you can get a 4 T's. So I got him on, and this is very timely for Walter. But I've wanted to interview him for years now, and we just worked this out. But in his evolution, the creator experience for him, he's now built up to do what I knew was already on the inside of him, which is teaching these concepts that we have to other content creators or people that want to be content creators. So tell us about, hey, I'll bring you full screen. If you got any graphics or anything, you can pull that up as well.
I'm so unprepared. Look, I'm so unprepared for that. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna post the link right here, and give me 1 second. I can multitask. I can talk. And I can actually pull it. But the thing is, tomorrow...
And we can bring that up at the end when we come back around either way. But I just want to be sure people know about this webinar that you're doing.
No, you're good. So mastering the art of content strategy. I specifically did not say creation. I said strategy because the thing is, all people care about... let me see. You should be able to see that there. So mastering the art of content strategy. The difference between you and me is strategy. The difference between here and there is strategy. The difference between good and great is strategy. Again, it's not sexy. It's not something that's necessarily tangible. But what's going to happen is it is going to give you a roadmap to get from point A. I don't want you to get from point A to point B. I want you to get to point Z. Most of y'all want to go viral. So all you want to do is go from point A to point B. I don't care about point B, because if you can't continue going viral every day, it's not going to matter. But I want to make sure, Chris, the thing is, after we're gone, they gonna know Chris Doe was here, and guess who else they gonna know was here? They gonna know. They gonna be like, yo, Walter Jeanette walked this earth, DJ Strick walked this earth, Kirk Nugent walked this earth. So my goal in trying to give you strategy is, I want you to be Conrad Hilton. I want you to go through in the middle of a depression, when it looks crazy for you to do anything. I want you to start Hilton, and I want you hundreds of years later to still be a leading, recognized brand and voice in this country, across the world, or whatever. So that is what is happening. This is the birth, or the genesis of what is going to continue to happen. It's just happening tomorrow, March the 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I posted linked in the description, so feel free.
Got to get in the room, y'all.
Get in the room.
Get in the room.
Get in the room.
I love it, man. I love it. And I wanted to support you on that, because I know, even in how you are talking about it, it's going to be great for the people that get it. If you saw the graphics earlier, this dude, listen, you made my thumbnail look better with just your picture. Like, we didn't talk about how you edited the picture that you sent me, your headshot. I mean, my thumbnail game just grew a little bit because of the picture you had. So let's do this. And don't forget those 4 T's, because we want to come back to those 4 T's as well. And we got to figure out a way. Hey, Nick is saying, Nick Gamer is saying hello, so definitely thank you. God's Child is saying he heard about the designs. He's got to do a Google search on you. And we do have Paul Kelly had a question for Walter. What inspires you to create content? How do you stay motivated? That's a really, really good question. I'll stop right there on that question from Paul Kelly.
What inspires me? I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm going to be honest with you.
I love it.
I don't... because I don't have a source of what I'm getting ready to say may sound crazy, because my whole brand is built around create, inspire, and solve. But I can't say I can point to a direct source of inspiration. Like, I'm inspired by everything. I can find inspiration in everything. I don't think there's necessarily a single source. I think what keeps me going are the words that my mother has spoken over me, the words that my father spoke over me. Like, the reason I can say I'm a genius is because that's what she told me. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so
you have a reference.
Yeah, so I have reference points that I hold on to. And here's the crazy thing about it. Like, me and my mom, we joke about this, but you know, those were things that I heard then, and then I made a joke the other day on Facebook when I wished her a happy birthday. I was like, she thinks she's my parole officer. You know what I'm saying? Because she just stayed trying to keep me in line. And when y'all don't see me on Facebook, the reason why I'm not on Facebook is because my mama, you know what I'm saying, be monitoring everything I do. But that's why I don't be on Facebook like that. But mama, yeah, but I love you.
Thank you, mama.
Yeah, but that's really those words of affirmation, which, if you can't tell by now, is definitely one of my love languages. That is really what motivates me. And what really motivates me are the failures and the losses that I had. You know what I'm saying? Just that the first episode I shared was, you know what I'm saying, like, bounce back, like, don't quit, like, get back in the game. And so when you've hit rock bottom and there is nowhere to go but up, what motivates me is being on this stream show. What motivates me is when I get a comment on a video that said, man, you help this make sense for me. You know, when somebody sends me a message and says, oh, I needed to see this. Thank you. You know what I'm saying, for publishing this, because I would have never known this. That's what motivates me and keeps me going. So again, I tell people, honestly, it's an inside job. If you're one of those people that's struggling with inspiration and motivation and you don't see anything outwardly, look inward, even in what may not look like the most positive thing. Look inward to where you can find some of those things that say, there's something there. Let me kind of grab hold to it, and let's just see what happens.
Let me tell you something, because I think you're being so modest that you're missing one of the things I think about you when I think about Walter and what may motivate you. Because I know it motivates Kirk. I know it motivates me. There is a motivation of greatness in what you do. Like the ability to do what you do, using God's gift that he's given you to the highest level. And to not only do it at the highest level, but also be respected as one that is great. I'm not saying that you need a whole bunch of accolades, but I know just from what I perceive from the time that we've spent together is that, man, not only is he good, but this guy is great and he wants greatness. Like he wants not only for him to be great, but for people to be around him to be great.
You gotta want it.
I remember watching the Samsung Q2 microphone, like when you were doing the explanation on this microphone and tell everybody how good this mic is. I'm like, that really is a good mic. Like you were explaining. I mean, it convinced me. I didn't buy it because I had another mic at the time, but just the way you were able to communicate. And his thought process around it. Like everybody was going to the SM7B. Have y'all heard this mic? You know, and I can appreciate that. Like sometimes you're willing to go against the grain for the people that follow you and listen to you, but you're able to show it and then give great advice around it. We still got 4 T's to talk about. We're gonna get to, but I have so many people in the comments that I gotta say something. Go ahead,
I gotta
Kurt.
say one thing, just one thing, real quick. I know. Comments is up. Comments are up. We gotta get comments going. But I want to say this. I want to make sure that people plug in. Don't miss the blanks. Fill in the blanks. There's a quote by Winston Churchill that says, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. It's the courage to continue that counts." And I think only thing I want to say, I mean, the quote is a standalone. You could get your message from it. You can apply it to your situation. But the only thing I like to point out to people is that last part of the quote where it says, "It is the courage to continue that counts." Many people feel like it's only pertaining to that middle part. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. I would disagree. The quote says that success is not final. And if you just drop that middle part, it is the courage to continue that counts. And my question, everybody wants to know, can you continue when you failed? But my question to you is, can you continue when you succeeded?
Ooh.
See, that's what Walt is trying to share with you is, regardless of what the outcome was the last go round, do you have enough in the tank to go again? Like, you've won the Super Bowl, but preseason is coming. Do you have what it takes to go and try again and fight again and work again and put out another video? Even though I don't know if it's going to have the same effect and impact and success as the last one, or I don't know if it's going to flop like the last one. Winston Churchill says neither are the point. Success is not final.
It's not.
Success is a moment. And we get to define what success looks like.
That's good.
Failure is not failure. You're not going to die. You will fail and you'll breathe tomorrow. Yeah. You blink your eyes tomorrow. You'll still be able to use your limbs and your extremities tomorrow after you failed. But it's the courage to continue that counts. And I feel like we live in a society, we live in a time where we don't talk about that. We try to gloss it over. We don't want people to know about these things. But I'm gonna tell you right now, here's the cheat code. Every video on my channel is my failure. I'm simply trying to help somebody not fail the way that I did.
I love Kirk.
That's it.
I promise I do.
Hey, man, between the two of y'all, I promise you, we got to throw a cash up. Like, y'all got to pay for any more information. This is some good stuff.
I love Kirk.
Oh my goodness. Let's do this. Kirk, man, thank you for that.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I had to get that in here, man. I saw the dots and I was like, we got to connect them.
That was good.
Thank you for the moment.
Miss Davis is like, this is excellent.
Quandra, come on.
God's child is like in the room. You got to be in the room.
In the
That's a
room.
message. Tatiana is like touching my heart, talking about what our parents have sacrificed for us
That's right.
to have a better
Better
life.
life.
Big time.
Tatiana,
Chris is
real
like the
talk.
legends of excellence on my screen right here. Fire. Thank you, sir.
That's my dude, Chris, man. Chris is good people, y'all.
Live
Oh, my
production tips
goodness.
and
Oh,
tools.
Sam is
Ecamm
in the
Ghost. What's
place.
up? There
It's
you
my
go.
guy, Sam,
That's what's
y'all.
good.
Live production tips and tools. That's my dude right there. He's another good one. Y'all need to watch out.
Yeah, I follow. I'm sub. I just recently subbed to Sam, so yeah, his content is legit.
I need to get with him. I need to get. Well, that's
Yeah,
my
man.
first time seeing him here on the stream show, so I need to go and check him out as well. No more BS. You are committed. That's right.
That's it.
Man, loving
it.
the analogies, vivid language, and also meantime and committed. Oh my gosh, she's getting it all. Somebody's taking notes.
Somebody's
today.
grabbing notes. Somebody's
And
grabbing
salute,
notes.
brother. Salute. Thank you for coming through. Am I missing anything that I need to have up, Kirk?
No. You did a really good job of just kind of summing it up. I think everybody's kind of chomping at the bit waiting for these 4 T's. I'm of the opinion that you need to just give them maybe 1 T and then tell them to come to the webinar. I don't know. That's just how I feel tonight. What you saying, Strick? I don't know.
I'm gonna let Walter kind of decide on that, like what he wants to share with the T's. Chris is like, many creators don't know what their success looks like. They may think it's money or followers when it's not.
Yeah, because look at all of the big creators that have all the money and the followers, and what are they doing? Quitting. So obviously that can't be the end goal. Yeah.
So the idea of what they are doing, because they're not absolutely quitting, they're quitting the rat race of the money and the followers to get to what they really wanted to do. What they really wanted to do. So they're doing things now that you could start with. Like what we teach is you should start with doing what you want to do. So I always tell people, like, if you don't want to be dancing for the rest of your life, don't go on TikTok dancing. And if it goes viral, then you got to, and nobody wants to hear you talk about content creation. They want to see your latest dance. You know, so if you want to do something, I teach, you know, how to figure out what your niche is, what you love to do, what you're skilled at, and one that answers a question or solves a problem for somebody else. Those 3 things, when you combine them, that could be a niche for you, but it's something that you want to do for a very long time. That being said, we're waiting on them T's, man.
Hey, man, I'm ready.
We teeing you up.
I'm ready. Tee me up, coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna give a couple of technical files out here. But no, so one of the things, and this is a drop in the bucket to tomorrow night. So I'll give y'all all 4. Only because it's y'all, only because it's Ecamm fam. I'll give it to you. But 4 T's: thumbnails, titles, topic, and timing. All right. So we've talked about people talk about thumbnails all the time. People talk about titles, and I'm not being funny. I'm gonna give you something exclusive that I hadn't even. Let me tell you, I literally just wrote this down before the show started. So something said, I was like, go to the car, start writing. I said, boom, okay, whatever. Boom. Thumbnail, titles, topic, and timing. So this is what we're calling, for all of you that are trying to figure this thing out, this is what we're calling our targeted approach. All right. We're not just throwing darts in the dark. This is a targeted approach. I think I was on the coaching corner when I said this, Kirk. One of my football coaches used to say hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. And what I added on to that, I can say you can have talent and you can work hard, but if it's not your time, it's just not your time. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality of it. Because here's the thing, there are a lot of people, and this is what has ticked me off, because YouTube right now is the biggest undercover e-commerce website in the world. Y'all don't even realize what's happening. All of these big creators are getting rich off of what? Making you pay. And I'm not trying to I'm telling you, they're going to be mad at me, but they're making money. It's like I don't want to say Ponzi scheme. They're getting rich off of telling you what worked for them. I've heard everybody talk about thumbnails. I've heard everybody talk about titles, and I've heard everybody talk about topics. But I'm like, here's the thing. If it's not the right time, then it's not going to work, which is why I started off saying seed, time, and harvest. That's how we connect those dots. because we live in a society today. Everybody you want immediate gratification. So you want to post a video, and in that first hour, you want 1,000 comments, you want 500,000 views, you want it to take off. There are some videos, Kurt can attest to this, Strick can attest to this. Some of y'all in the comments, you may post that video today, and it may be one of your lowest performing videos. The video I did about the video mic Go 2, connecting it to your iPhone, I didn't get no traction on that video for 30 days. And after I went on my break, my hiatus, I came back and I was like, what in the world all these comments come from? What happened? You know what I'm saying? And so you have to be so secure in planting those seeds, planting those videos today, knowing that it's going to take time. So what does all this have to do with anything? I want you to look at it like this. Thumbnails and titles are a combo package. It's a combo package. I got to get my Tatiana teachers on. She did a lot of teachers, so let me just roll with it. Thumbnails and titles, this is a combo package. Thumbnails and titles equals hard work, because God knows trying to make good thumbnails, this ain't quick. Trying to figure out,
you make it look easy.
No, bro. Let me tell you something. It takes a lot of work trying to. That's why now I've been playing around with stuff, trying to figure out, okay, go simpler, go crazy, or whatever. But that's your packaging. Why is that important? Because people judge books by their cover. People judge books. Some of us have great content, but the packaging just isn't good. All right. Then on the other side of that, topic and timing. If you want to replace timing, you can use the word trend. That is your talent. That is your talent, all right? That is your talent. So here's the thing. I got a question for y'all. Strick, I forgot your name, Kirk. Have you ever been in the store? I'm gonna make all of this make sense for you. Have you ever been in the store and come out with something that you had no intention to buy?
Absolutely.
We all have done it, right?
Definitely.
You go to Target probably every day with the wife or whatever, and you'd be like, how in the world? Because here's the thing. Nobody gets on YouTube with a grocery list. Now, subconsciously in your mind, and if you've been watching certain things, the algorithm is going to push that to you. So you don't even really have to have a grocery list. So we got to stop creating content like people have grocery lists, because they don't have grocery lists. But the thing is, what happens when you go to your homepage, you might see something you had no intention on watching, but it makes you be like, ooh, there's some curiosity there. There's some interest there. What is that? What does all of this boil down to? This is what people aren't teaching, and this is what is ticking me out. This is what we're going to talk about tomorrow. It all boils down to human behavior. It all boils down to psychology and understanding human buying behavior. Companies spend trillions of dollars not on advertising and marketing. They spend trillions of dollars on psychology and understanding human buying behavior. Once they understand the behavior, then they go spend the money on the ads. So the thing is about the thumbnail, some of y'all are having trouble with your thumbnail. Here's what you need to understand about the thumbnail. Remember, it's a combo package. The thumbnail is what attracts them. It's what gets their attention. Be like, bro, like, she looks the part. He looks the part. Yeah. Like, he or she looks good. But you know what the title does? Yeah. The title affirms your decision. The title makes you say, you want to go get coffee? You want to go out on a date? You know what I'm saying? And then once we actually get into the content itself, we get into those first 30 seconds, first 10 seconds, first 5 seconds if you're doing a short. That's going to determine whether I'm going to get on one knee or not, and whether I'm going to ask you to marry me and hit that subscribe button and then say, okay, till death do us apart, and then I'm actually hit that bell. So you can be notified every single time I post new content to the channel. So you just can't focus on the thumbnail. You just can't focus on the title. You just can't focus on the topic. You just can't focus on the time. Everything has to, and there's so much more I have with that, but everything has to come together.
That's a lot.
When people, you have to start looking at YouTube and content creation the same way you look at relationships. Put yourself in the other person's shoes, because what do y'all always hear me say? Branding is how your audience feels about you. Marketing is how you feel about yourself. Some of us are getting high off of our own supply because we refuse. We refuse. How many times has your spouse asked you, Strick, asked you, Kirk, I wish you really could just see it through my eyes? That's what we don't stop and do. You got to stop and be like, I wonder what my audience thinks when they see this. If you ever, I had a chance to interview Jacqueline Horbrook last week, founder CEO of, or the week before, founder CEO of Black Christian Influencers, and that's the thing she said. She said, I stopped everything I was doing and I started listening. I put myself in the room, and everybody was listening to me. I stopped and then I started listening to them. Now, granted, there are a lot of people say, well, your audience shouldn't dictate what you create. That's not what I'm talking about. But it goes back to, why are you creating content in the first place? Are you creating it for yourself? Or are you really creating it for them? Because without them, there is no YouTube. There is no nothing. It's kind of just pointless. Unless you just want to get high off your own supply and say, hey man, I look great. My thumbnails, but what does it really amount to? It all goes to human buying behavior. And this is the one gem I'm gonna give y'all. Because we're talking about
giving a lot of gems.
The 30th gem.
I'm done after this. I promise you, I'm done after this. When I'm talking about, I want y'all to go research Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm gonna help y'all out right now. If I was just starting my channel, I would literally base my channel on one of those hierarchies. I would find myself in one of you're gonna start to understand categories, and if you really want to understand how to find your niche, understand human behavior and psychology. Go study a lot of people may not rock with Maslow, because they feel like it's outdated. But go find yourself, and I'm gonna read you real quick what's with Maslow. Here go the needs, and it's a pyramid. It's like this. All right. So the first one is physiological needs. All right, this is basically the need for survival. So what's included in that? Breathing, food, water, shelter, clothing, sleep. How many faceless YouTube automation channels are people trying to create now because folks can't go to sleep? Mm-hmm. You got to understand. You got to see. You got to be able to find what are people searching for. I was watching a TV show and it was Better Me and Ecamm. They were competing, and they kept having ad after ad about who has the best calmness or that's going to help you slow down your breathing. You're going to understand something. What's the next hierarchy? Safety and security. Who doesn't want to feel safe and secure? What's included in that? Health, employment, prosperity, family, social ability. Are you starting to understand how this niche thing really works? Number 3, love and belonging. I love y'all women, but y'all be watching the craziest stuff on YouTube. Why? Because they want to feel love. They want to belong. They want to watch content about friendships, family, intimacy, sense of connection. What's number 4? Self-esteem. How many of y'all struggle with what we call confidence on camera? That's right there in your niche right there. Confidence, achievement, respect of others, the need to be a unique individual. And then the last thing, self-actualization. I promise you, if you have not started your channel, if you have not started your podcast, or you're a beginner and you're really trying and you have not narrowed down this whole niche, potato, tomato, however you want to say it, if you have not gotten to that point yet, go find yourself in one of those pyramids. And what's in between those hierarchies is curiosity and interest. And if you can find out how to not take advantage, but if you can find out how to leverage what people actually are looking for and add some curiosity and add some interest to it and make sure it's the right time, one of those topics, and you got the right packaging, man, I'm telling you, it's impossible for you to fail. Now, you might not go viral today. You might not go viral tomorrow. I can't guarantee that you can get to 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours. I can't get that you can get to 1,000 and 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours today. But I promise you, over the long haul, whatever you define success is, you are going to hit that achievement. That's those 4 T's in a nutshell, and that's what's going down. That's the drop. That's one topic tomorrow. So I'm telling you, Florence, get ready.
Thank you, Kurt. I'm just over here soaking all of this up. And I see my girl Mary Lou Mandy on IG with us. Thank you for hanging out with us. She dropped some diamonds in the chat. Listen, whatever you got to do tomorrow, I need you to look up what Walter Jeanette is doing for his webinar. I'm going to do my best to make sure that it's in the description of this. I'm going to go and add it to the description so there's a link for that. Look him up on this web page. Find this dude. We're on IG together right now. So Strict City, Kurt R. Nugent, Walter Jeanette, we're on IG, so you can see him on his IG page. I want to go to some comments so I can calm down, because
You done got me started, Doc.
I'm gonna be honest. Listen, I just the Maslow hierarchy of human needs. So like that was my first time ever hearing about that,
bro.
I've heard of it before, but never in this context,
bro.
And I'll tell you what, you are absolutely correct. I've heard all of the other T's except for time. No one has ever put time with it. And if I look back at the success on several videos that have had ridiculous success, it's the timing of them.
Kurt.
It's the timing of them.
Kurt and Strict.
Oh, wow.
Y'all want a secret to go viral? Just be time. If you understand that time is your friend, you remember the conversation we had about watch hours. It's not about the money. It's about the time, because time is money. You know why they make you wait 4,000 watch hours? Because they want to know. They want to be convinced that you can convince people to spend their time watching you. So before I make you a partner, come on, bro. Before I share my revenue with you, I need to see what kind of time you're willing to put in and how much you can convince somebody else to spend their time. Y'all can, we can get to 50,000. We can get to 100,000 subs tomorrow. You know what we're gonna do? Every time Sony come out with a new camera, we're gonna talk about it. Every time a new lens come out, we're gonna talk about it. When the iPhone drop, we're gonna talk about it. When the Vision Pro drop, we're gonna talk about it. That's simple. We just gonna jump on the trend and we're gonna get there. But here's the thing: you're not gonna be fulfilled because that's not your calling. So if that's what you want, I can tell you how to get it. That's easy. But you're not gonna. But that's not my calling. These people got hyped, and because they hit it at the right time, they had the right topic, bro. What's the next thing that's coming out? I don't know. And y'all, and they've monopolized it because everybody has the DJI the mics came out. Everybody, their 50 videos came out at the same time. Why? Because you already got
straight up.
Come on, bro. We know how this goes. That's why I say it's an undercover Ecamm. I'm not gonna say it's a scam, but the thing is, when you've made it to that quote unquote elite status and you're able to get in at that table and everybody's sending you that gear, and it's like, hey, you got to sign, what is it, the NDA or whatever? It's not, that's not the word, but you can't release this video until this time. And you go look, you be like, bro, like it's 50 videos of the same. And now you start to see, you be like, wait a minute. And here's the thing, I'm a creator, so now I gotta wait for my freaking pre-order to go through. It might get shipped to me, so I gotta wait 2 or 3 weeks after they done killed the whole market. So now I gotta deal with the crumbs. But guess what? The same thing that's in the cake is in the crumbs. So I'm good.
Wow.
I'm good.
This guy.
Wow. That's why I want to have him on, man. I had to have him on.
They're
I just
asking
can't.
you to slow down in the chat. They're asking you, just give us a minute. We're still digesting the teas.
I'm sorry.
We need time.
Yeah, the embargo. The embargo. That's what it is. I done got hype, man. I'm sorry. No.
Wow.
Yeah. We're at church tonight for real.
No, we need to pass the plate.
Ooh, that. My goodness. Like, where I want to go.
Wherever you want to go.
No, I'm trying to get to these comments. Oh, I'm going to borrow that.
Where everybody knows your name.
I like that. And G. Albert has been helping us out with the notes. Thank you, sir, for doing that. Powerful. What were the Maslow basic needs? And man, y'all definitely need to look that up. I think Tatiana, she actually added to that. So the Maslow hierarchy, as long as with the comparison book, look up the 6 human needs.
Yeah, I agree.
like that. Give it more information. God's Child is saying Walter is giving us a mini webinar preview, and yes, it was the embargo thing that we were talking about. say not going to be fulfilled because that's not your calling. Man, there's so many things we can do out there, but it's got to be your calling. Seriously smart speech right there. Man, it's something when they get it and they call it a speech. That means it is hitting home. Fastly late to the party, asking grandma, hey, no worries. Thank you for being here, Gretchen. It's time for cake. Oh, yeah. It's in the crumbs.
It's in the crumbs. That's in the crumbs. Hashtag. That's the hashtag of the night right there.
It's in the crumbs, man.
Thank you, D Hunt.
Oh my God.
It's in the crumbs.
Eventually we're gonna get the cake because we're gonna bake the cake. That's the whole thing with the webinar. I'm not waiting to be invited to the table. I'm building my own. And I want people I want these people on the camera sitting at the table with me. I want the people in the comments. I don't have to be a Sony artisan. I don't need an embargo. I got my own ship coming. I promise.
So let me ask you this question. Would there be for any, hey, Miss Thomas, how are you doing? And I got to say this since you came through, I apologize for beating you in bowling. You know,
Alicia, she's going to have your neck, yo.
Would there be a replay for the webinar? I have a conflict with the time. You don't have any type of
once you register,
replay or on demand or anything.
Once you register, you'll automatically get the replay information. And I'm telling y'all, this is Kirk's fault. This is Kirk's fault.
Why is that?
This is Kirk's fault, and this is Chris Stone's fault. I'm gonna tell you because after I was on the coaching corner, and then I was doing something, and I forgot that Kirk was live. And here's the thing, y'all, nobody's competing. Let's Lord have mercy. That's never mind. I should have had that conversation.
That's a whole other word.
That's a whole other word. I'm gonna let that go. But there is no, because the fact of the matter is, I mean, it's probably some other people that are live tonight. I think I do my lives pretty much on Mondays at 7. I think Building Blocks is live you just can't help it. Sometimes you just can't,
you can't help it.
But I went live randomly because it ain't my time to go live. I was just going live and I was like, oh bro, I forgot Coaching Corner. So I said, you know what? Let me do what I do. I took Kirk and Chris's stream and I just broadcasted it to my people. It was Valentine's Day.
Come on.
I said, I'm gonna show love. I'm gonna show love the Brooklyn way. So I just said, oh, yo, y'all need to. And the conversation was so crazy. And here's the thing: the things I'm doing with and I'll go ahead and kind of skip ahead, Strick. I'm sorry. The things I'm doing with the community, the webinar, all of that. You would not believe these are things I've been, as you said, you knew would happen eventually. I've been trying to figure this out for at least probably like the last 10 years of my life. As far as like, bro, it's not, but life was so crazy. It was so cluttered. There's a reason God tells Abraham, leave your kindred, leave your family, leave everything that you know and that's comfortable. Because it's really what's familiar to you that's killing you. So I need you to get away. And we see that with Lot's wife, but I'm not going to talk about that today. We see the foolishness that happens with Lot. I told you to leave, but you had to bring somebody with you. And he says, go to a land that I will show you. He does not show him immediately. So he could have went north. He could have went south. He could have went east. He could have went west. It doesn't matter. I just want you to leave. And so are you willing to leave? I've been on a 10-year journey of quote unquote leaving to say, okay, am I going to commit to this or not? Am I going to commit to the greatness that's inside of me? Because I know I'm too gifted. I'm too talented. I'm not just talking about me.
You are.
I'm talking to y'all.
Let me say it. You say that you're too gifted. You are too talented. Greatness is in you, brother.
Right.
It's already there. The only thing that you're missing is the time. And you're saying that 10 years have been that time.
That's it. And I'm saying the same thing. Those of you who are watching, like, you're too gifted. You're too talented. You should never have to question. Let's keep it 100. I should never have to question money. We should be in Peru. I don't even know. We should be doing this show from the beach. You know what I'm saying? It should never be an issue. I should be able to just stop and say, y'all know what? Let's go take a flight real quick and do the show or whatever. Because that's how much greatness is inside of everybody. But are you willing? Going back to what Kirk was talking about in us having this commitment conversation, are you willing to do what is necessary to get to that point? So when Kirk and Chris were live, man, it lit something that was like, okay. And so I asked one question. because we had already talked about it. And Kirk was talking about, you know, Kajabi and this, that, and the third and all of that. And I was like, I like Kajabi. I've been trying to figure out Kajabi, but I was like, cause it just thing ain't just settling with me. So I asked him a question. And I said, Chris, you can answer. Kirk, you can answer. I said, what's the best platform to basically manage, you know, LMS, like a learning management system, you know, so the courses, all of that stuff, community, but email, you know what I'm saying, management as well. And you know, Kirk is always gonna, you know, but Kim and Chris, they kindred spirits too. They, you know, they're like, yeah, there is no all-in-one. You know what I'm saying? And there are a lot of people that offer all-in-one, but sometimes you just gotta say, this company does this, this company does that. And you have to be willing to just suck it up to say, okay, how you gonna do it? And so I looked, so God gave me, I said this, God gave me very specific instructions. He said, I want you to go to Target. I want you to grab a new notebook. If you know me, I'm a notebook fanatic. I got tons of these around here. But he said, go get something new. Because I'm used to typing and notes. I work in IT, so I'm on a computer all day. He said, I want you to actually get back to writing. I want you to, so I literally got a new pen, picked up a new book, got some sticky notes. And he said, there are several people I want you to reach out to. I missed that part because I got distracted doing something else. Here's the crazy part. And this is how I knew I was supposed to do this. The day I went to do it, I went to sleep. All of that stuff was still in the bag. I didn't do it. I got distracted. That content creator's ADHD, you know how it kicked in real hard.
I listen.
Came back.
It's a diagnosable disease, my friend.
Came back the next day, and Kirk was one of those people. The people I was supposed to reach out to me. Strick was one of those people. My boy, Mark, one of those people. And I was like, okay, this is not weird, but this is kind of weird. I said, you know what, y'all? I called out. I was like, I need a day. I need a mental health day. I said, you know, let me go pull up. I went, got me a little, you know, mocha frappe or whatever. I was at Starbucks. I don't know what I ended up getting. Some latte, some vanilla bean, something. It was good though. And I got my little cheese Danish like I always get. And it was nice and warm.
Come on with the cheese Danish.
And I sat down and I started writing. I did what and y'all gonna catch something about me. I did what Habakkuk said. It said I wrote the vision and made it plain. Now I done wrote this thing 1,000 times over the past 10 years of my life. But as I started to write, and Kirk heard me say this, I call this my content Bible. As I started to write, I had a clarity I had never, ever experienced in my life. Do y'all know? So when you see everything that I'm doing now, it's literally all come from these pages. But I have this is how I know it's my time, because I have a grace and a speed that I didn't have before. And, you know, cause I was, you know, cause I'm like I'm tired from the standpoint of I've been working hard, but I have a grace for the strength that I need to run at the pace that I'm running right now. I don't want to, I'm gonna just say it. I wrote a book last week and I'm gonna say I was supposed to be finishing the book. I wrote a whole nother book with it, which I think I was just gonna do an ebook. I just wanted something simple. I kept writing and I kept writing and I kept going. And I'm sitting here like, oh snap, this is too big to be an ebook. And I was like,
and we talked about that too.
And I was like, oh my God, like, where in the world did this come? And I'm sitting here like, oh man, like it's happening. It's happening. Because here's the thing, Strick. It's not that it wasn't happening before. It's not that I wasn't presented with opportunities before. It's not that these moments didn't present themselves before. And I had a David moment. And I said, okay, whatever you do, don't take, and I'm gonna make it sense in content terms. Don't take your spirit away from me. Don't cast me away from your presence. If you ever give me the opportunity again to bet on myself, and by me betting on myself, I'm really betting on you, because you put this in me. So it really ain't got nothing to do with me. But if you ever give me the opportunity, I'll say no to everything else and say yes to this. And this is inclusive of a lot of things. And so one of the things I tell people, you don't have consistency issues, you have commitment issues. But what are you willing to say no to? I had some major opportunities and some money that was like on the table, and I walked away. I walked away because I was more committed to my audience. I was more committed to the gift that he put in, because how dare I use my gift? Now, here's the thing. Your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. And it absolutely did that. Ecamm brought me before a whole lot of great people. Just like tonight. Yo, I see what you're doing. Boom, boom, boom. It opened up some crazy, mind-blowing doors that helped me out. But then it got to a point to
They're
say,
going ham on Instagram, y'all. I'm just letting you know. There's some comments on Instagram. Y'all got to pick them up. Go ahead. Continue.
It got to a point that said, okay, you've done this. Saul gives, before David fights Goliath, Saul puts his armor on him. Me and my roommate was laughing about this the other day. And here's the thing. Everybody that gave me your armor, I appreciate it. It just don't fit no more. I got to do it my way. I got to be me. I don't want you to put on Mr. Beast's armor. I love Sean Kennel. I love Omar. I love the team at Think Media. Stop putting on their armor. I love everybody. I love Peter McKay. I love Manny Ortiz. And I'm telling y'all, the people that I watch, stop putting on their armor. If all you got is this pocket full of stones, then let's go. I'm good. That's all I need.
That's good.
I don't need it. That's why if all I had was a Samsung Q2U, I'm good. If I had none of this, it's because people be like, are you this way all the time? Bro, I'm not like this just because I got a mic in front of my face. You better ask. He said he gonna Google me. You better call my friends and ask him. Nah, bro, he off the chain. Like he don't need no microphone, no camera, or no alcohol, or no weed. Like Walt is crazy. Like so this is the version of me you gonna get. This is the version you get in church. This is the version you get at work. This is the version you get on Ecamm, on my videos. Listen. This is the version you gonna get this hat, and you gonna get me and this sweat that's all coming on my face because it's hot and because Strick got it hot in here. Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you this. I'm looking at the comments on IG, Kirk, and I see, one of my favorite content creators, Mary Lou Mandy, that I like to get inspiration from. She said, this is the passion that I needed to get this week.
That's what she said. I saw that comment and I was like, that right there, we have to make sure the people heard that.
And get this month started right. I love that.
I love that. She that's the passion. And then Valerie Jones is just kind of commenting there as well. Man, there's some good comments coming through on IG
Teach the word,
as well.
Young man. Be who God created you to be. That's Valerie Jones in the comments. Chris is like outstanding. I baked a cake. Let me give you this one. I gotta pull this one up just because I don't know this young lady. Maybe you guys do. I think that my long lost twin, Walter's my long lost twin. I say the same thing. Make your own table.
Knows me like you do. Nobody see y'all. See, this is the version that you get. Yeah, that I'm telling you, boy. I'm telling you.
And they're like, yes, this is vintage Walter.
See,
I love it. So this is the Walter that I know.
Yeah.
I mean, even for the short time that we've known it, I say short time, it's been almost 2 years now.
Come on, talk about it.
Working on the show together, the Stream Kings, just kind of being in the community together and then watching what you do, looking at the greatness of your thumbnails that you created, your clothing line that you've done. I mean, the work that you were doing at your church with the videos and the pictures. I'm just...
Production.
I know how great you are. And to hear this part of your story, like when I didn't know that you were doing a webinar when I called you to be on the show.
Right, you didn't.
I'm just was glad that we connected. I think Kurt and I talked a couple of weeks before about just saying, man, I got to reach out to Walter. I really got to get him on the show because I want the Ecamm fam to see more of you, to hear about you, to connect with you so they can see what I see in you, which is great. And to be an inspiration to other people. You inspired me. Like I just
I'm
know
inspired right now.
You're definitely inspired. I mean, but sometimes you could be around people and hey, that's a 5 person right there. I'm a 2. That's a 5 right there. This sky's the limit for this dude. Listen, the only thing, and you say time is an issue. Like a lot of times people get time. I would also say one of the things that gets in people's way a lot of the times is themselves. They get in their own way and they stop themselves from the greatness that they are.
Right.
So whatever it is that, I had a friend of mine that was having an issue one time, and Kurt and I talked about this. we talked about how you can use issues like ADHD that potentially could be something that is a deficiency that you might say, this is a deficiency for myself, that it actually could be a great superpower for you. And it's all at how you look at it. Well,
All
I
in how you
can't
look
do
at it.
this. I can't do that. I have problems doing this. I have problems doing that. But sometimes if you understood how to work the ADHD, it could work for you. Because guess what? Half of America, if not more, of the people that watch our content are people like us. And guess what? They have the same issues. So when people online, they go squirrel, guess what? People go with them. And when they come back, they come right back.
Right.
Like, I'm there with you. I'm
Right.
ready. I was getting distracted too, but now we're back. So it's all in how you look at what you may have going on. Get out of your own way. And Walter, I'm gonna say this to you, man. I've been saying it all night, and I really want you to receive this, man. I am at awe of your greatness.
I appreciate, man.
Like
I'm humbled by that, Strick.
you need to get out of this little pond and get into the big ocean.
Yeah.
Because I've seen this from you. Because you're in a little pond, you're looking at the other fish and say, man, why are y'all so little? Why are y'all so small? Like small-minded, small thinkers, small.
Strick.
And it's only because you're in the wrong area.
Straight.
Like the big ocean is yours, man. I'm telling you, you are going to shoot to the roof with this stuff. Like you're going to the moon with this. And I see it, brother. All you got to do is just find that consistent thing that you can do over and over and over again, because whatever it is that you're doing, it's going, man. So I just want to give you that encouragement. Please look at some of the comments that's going on in IG when you get a chance to kind of read through some of that. People are really, saying some good things, man. But I want to encourage you about that. I know a winner when I see one, man.
I appreciate that, man. And that's the thing. We're all, we do a lot in faith-based, and being believers and doing work in ministry. And you got to be the first partaker. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take a dose of my own medicine. I had the thing you're saying to me, same thing I had to tell everybody else. I'm like, all seeds don't grow in the same soil. The seed is... the seed gonna take care of itself, but it has to be in the right environment, you know what I'm saying, to produce what's in it. And everything that you need is already in you. That's the thing I'm trying to convey to people, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, one of my viewers was like, and I've been leaning into this. One of my viewers was like, bro, you like the John the Baptist of content creation. You just crying loud.
John the Baptist of content.
You just crying loud and sparing not. And I said, you know what? I'm going to lean into that. I said, because I understand what my assignment is, going back to what Kirk said about Wrangler and all of these different things. I'm not concerned with getting the credit. I'm not, and granted, greatness will handle itself. But my thing is, I'm trying to prepare the way. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it requires you to be out here in the wilderness. YouTube, content creation, social media, this is a wilderness. And Florence, you've heard me say this. Kirk, you've heard me say this. Some days are locust, and some days are honey. But you know what? I got to learn to swallow both of them. And I got to learn to eat the locust, and I got to learn to eat the honey. You know what I'm saying? So I got to take the bitter with the sweet, because I'm going to have some great days where I'm going to get all the comments, all the views. Everybody's going to be patting me on the back. And then I'm going to get a comment like I got yesterday that says, bro, I had to wait 13 minutes for you to get to the point. And I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Now, granted,
you're absolutely right.
Am I going to sacrifice the 99 for the one? Now, we might not necessarily, because I'm sitting here, I'm like, bro, my video is performing. And I said no. And Chris saw this because he commented because I responded with a reel. And some people may thought I was kind of being facetious or sarcastic, but no, seriously. I'm like, y'all don't know how many times I have gone back and forth to say, should I use a teleprompter? Should I remove context? Should I try to do it and be straight to the point like everybody else? And every time I've tried to not be me, it doesn't work. So here's the thing. I'm going to win some. I'm going to lose some. but it's not going to stop me from living. It's not going to stop me from creating, you know. And so I appreciate the inspiration that you all have been. I took the time to put the systems in place so I can. So now it's like, bro, when you committed, you'll do what's necessary, you know. And I'm like, oh, we Gucci, because it's no different. It's no different than people. It's no different than everybody wants to be a full-time creator. Let me tell you something. You leaving a 9-to-5 for a 24/7 job. So get that out your head. Right.
That's right. That's right.
Do you really want that?
That's wisdom.
Oh, I would
really want it.
I would love
You better be laser focused. You better be 100% sure.
I wanna be on YouTube and live stream all day. Are you sure? Now here's the thing.
It's not full time, it's all the time.
It's all the time. But the thing is, if that's your calling and you believe like that's what God has led you to, then this is what I need you to do. Take advantage of the system that's your blueprint right now. Because here's the thing. After you leave your job is not going to close. It's going to continue.
Right.
Why? Because they have a system in place. I saw a video about that, about McDonald's, one of the largest corporations in the world that's pretty much managed by, they said, teenagers. What allows them to stay afloat? A system. And so that's why we're talking about strategies and systems, because I want to make sure that I can continue to show up the way that you all want me to show up. So I want to make sure that this is not the last time you see this version of me, that you see this every single time. So that means I got to put systems in place that allow me to be consistent and remain committed, you know what I'm saying, to the cause that I set out to do in the first place. Yeah.
Listen, I've been trying my best to be quiet, because I know if I start talking, it's gonna be a whole nother show. So let me just say, I just wanna piggyback on what Strick said. There's a very specific thing that you are going to do, and can't nobody else do it, brother. And I'm excited for you.
Yes, sir.
It's like a fingerprint. I tell people this all the time. Your story is yours.
Ooh,
it's yours.
so
nobody else can say it. Nobody else can share it. It's yours. It's a one of a kind. You broke the mold. Nobody else has the experiences you have. They haven't come through the things you've gone through. Your story is yours. And what I'm saying of Walt is true of everybody that's listening right now as well. K through 12, college degree, master's, PhD. You know what they don't teach you in any of those? Purpose. Purpose. Purpose, because it's too individual a thing to teach in a classroom.
Right.
It's like your fingerprint. It's your story. It's your story. And one of the things for me, the term of the year is, how will you steward the story?
Ooh.
How will you steward the story?
I got it.
Are you? You're not the author of the story.
Ooh.
You're the steward of the story.
Y'all gonna hear that again?
How will you steward it? How will you steward it? Are you going to share it? Are you going to allow people to draw from your story what they need in order to be successful? Because your story is a whole solution by itself, and nobody else can tell it for you. It's just you. And that's what I want to say to you, Walt. I'm just agreeing with Strict. Can't nobody else tell that story but you. Can't nobody else put it out there the way that you can put it out there except you. And what I'm saying of Walt is true of everybody that's in the chat. It's true of everybody that's watching on IG. It's your story, y'all. It's yours. It's yours. It's not mine. It's not Strick's. It's not Walt's. It's yours. And each of us has to answer that question. How will you steward it?
Doc, that's good.
So there's been, thank you, Kirk. I mean, so much wisdom there. That's so much wisdom there, and encouragement.
I'm about to move to Alabama, yo.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. Oh man, that's
Somebody
good.
said on Instagram, my story is the whole solution.
Yo, oh my God. Oh man.
So let me say this. This has been great, and I don't want to stop. And it's kind of like more people are on YouTube than ever.
Yeah.
If you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't hit the like button yet, and this has inspired you to the least, please do me a favor and hit the like button. But I also want you to do me a favor and connect with Walter Jeanette. I need you to connect with him. Walter, how can they get in contact with you?
I want you.
And it's not Facebook. I already know it's not Facebook. So tell them how they can connect with you.
All right. So real talk. I just posted.
You got the graphics. I'll pull up the full page.
No, I don't need the graphics. I don't need the graphics. I just posted that in the chat. This is what I'm doing. This is how I want everybody to kind of come my way. So I'm hanging out on YouTube.
If there's a link in the YouTube chat, it's not coming up.
Really?
You might have to send it to me or put it in. Yeah. Links
moderators.
I forgot all about that. Okay. I'll send it to you. Boom.
Yeah.
All right, bet. And I think David posted about the webinar chat earlier, and I'll send that one too. All right, but I'm hanging out on YouTube.
Put it in the guest chat, Strick. Put it in the guest chat. So
perfect.
You should have it in there.
I'm hanging out on YouTube, man. Like, I love Facebook. I love y'all Instagram. TikTok, we got a love-hate relationship. LinkedIn, I got no love for y'all. Y'all I'm gonna just be real with you. Y'all don't like your boy, so if it's for work and professional reasons, don't go looking for me over there. Now here's the thing. Even though I'll do some lazy marketing and just throw things at it. Like when I go live on Monday nights, I'll just go live. I'll add LinkedIn in that flow, just to say I did it, so they can't never say you didn't give us a little. And you never know, it might turn into something one day. But YouTube is where I'm hanging out. I posted. Hopefully they can post a link or whatever. Ecamm is posting it. That's the entrance. That's the entrance into the community. That's the entrance.
That's it right there.
Into the community, and that's the biggest thing now. I always say this is what my assignment is: helping you find the audience that is assigned to your voice. God gave me three particular things. He gave me three particular abilities. He gave me the ability to create. He gave me the ability to inspire. He gave me the ability to solve. That's the overarching umbrella of my community, my brands: create, inspire, and solve. Okay, Walt, but make that more tangible, because that can mean a lot of different things, and it sounds clever. He's assigned me to help you find the audience assigned to your voice, so that you can build your brand, grow your business, and help you create a community around the things you're most passionate about. In my effort to help you create a community, again, I got to take a dose of my own medicine. So I'm literally taking you in the creation and the launch. Because like I said, this March March Madness is really just a launch pad for everything that I have going on. So that's the cover charge. That's free. That's it. And actually, let me post this. I am going to put this graphic up, because this is what I'm giving those who come along the journey with me. And I'm gonna just put that to the side. But this is the content whistle.
I saw this the other day.
This is the content whistle. And so this is what you're gonna get if you join the community. It's a quick start guide, helping you find the audience. Again, and the reason I did this is because my people that's in the webinar tomorrow, y'all finna get so much value. And I said, you know what? Let me tease people a little bit, but let me also do what, like most people that are trying to create community anyway, let me make sure I build this around something, whether it's a product or a service, so I have something out there just to kind of get me in the rhythm of this whole publishing thing. So let me have something out there, a digital product that can live. And content whistle, the reason it sounds weird, but I was thinking about, came across my neighbor's pit bull or whatever, and dog whistle just popped in my mind. I draw inspiration from everything, like the question earlier. And I'm like, when you blow a dog whistle, only the dog responds to the whistle. I want you to blow your content whistle, so only your audience responds. My sheep know my voice. See, y'all, when I tell you God has,
he's gonna preach regardless.
But
he's gonna preach regardless.
Strick, here's the thing. I no longer shy away from trying to hold that back. because
don't ever do that.
I won't, because that in essence that's who I am, and so that's the thing where all of those pieces have come together. So I ran into an agnostic one day, and it was like, and I'm like, bro, here's the thing, you gotta believe in God. No, I don't. Yeah, you do, because you believe in me. So you can't believe. I said, because guess where I'm getting my information from? I don't try to push Bible and things down your throat. I just can't help it. But here's the thing. There's everything I give you literally comes from the book. That's why I call this my content Bible. And I don't think people understand. Wow. I'm not jiving. I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. Like, I'm literally telling you, like, there's so much correlation, and that's the ability that God has given me, where I'm able to take spiritual concepts and see things and put a creative twist on it. That's like, you remember when we did the during the pandemic, and I started talking about the exposure triangle and how you relate that to just to salvation and ministry. It's the same thing. Everything goes hand in hand. So that's what this free quick start guide is about. It's just a very quick introduction. Noah had the ark. It's funny how things tie together, and I love when this thing happens. When we talked about it's seed time and harvest. No, the story in Genesis 8, Noah had the ark. I have the ark. But my ark is spelled A-R-C, and you're going to find out what that means. Now, you're going to find out extensively what that means on the webinar, but I'm going to give you an introduction to it.
We're not going to give them no more.
That's it. I'm going to give you an introduction to it in this quick start guide. And that's my gift to you, just for saying, hey, I want to be a part of the Create, Inspire, and Solve community. So join me on YouTube. Those of you that do IG, and now here's my promise to you on IG. I'm not gonna make this promise to Facebook. I already told you how I feel about LinkedIn. I already told you how I feel about TikTok. I will make a promise to the IG audience, those of you who are watching on IG. I actually, like, y'all seeing everybody doing these whole broadcast channels or whatever. I was like, what in the world is this? You know what I'm saying? And until I started to see, I said, there may be something to this. So I promise you, if you just so happen to go across my page, or you see something that says Walter invited you to his broadcast channel, or Create, Inspire, and Solve, or whatever, or drop a comment on this stream or that stream or whatever, and I'll go back and send you a personal message myself inviting you. I promise I'm gonna do the best I can to actually include y'all in that as well, because I as a platform, I like IG. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
Yeah. That Facebook, strict. I can't. The Facebook,
I get it, brother.
The Facebook, I just can't do it. Yeah.
Hey, fam.
This has been awesome tonight. This has been awesome tonight. I already knew when I invited you, like, we had so much to talk about. Like, we had so much to talk about, and you've given me more than I expected. What do you think, Kurt?
Way more. In fact, this is the pre-webinar.
right.
The pre-webinar. Real talk. I mean,
like, watch this just to get excited about the other information that's coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This has been excellent. I will say this, because we're coming to a close. Next week, I am talking to Laura Davidson of Shure. They have a new product coming out. And of course, we love Shure and all the microphones that they have. So you guys can come back to the stream show next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be here, Strick and Kirk. We're going to be talking, inspiring, trying to help. But in the meantime, I want you to do your very best to connect with Walter Jeanette.
I love y'all too,
all
Shure.
the stuff that he has going on. There you go. We're part of that. We let you be a part of the Shure family, all that.
Oh, man.
I love y'all too.
No. I want to say this. There's a comment that I want to read real quick from Instagram, if I could find it. It's from Valerie, and she says, "Strick, I love that you have no problem promoting others. It's why God continues to open doors for you.
Sir.
Your willingness to encourage others, and selflessness is so needed."
Yes.
And she says, she puts the strong arm salute, and she puts the 100 in there. And I just wanted to read that.
Thank you, Val.
Because it wasn't on YouTube side. And I really affirm, I want to agree with what she says. Strick, you've created a space here with the stream show where people can come on, share some of their genius. I mean, Tatiana just blew our minds a couple weeks ago. Tanya has come through several times.
Yes.
I mean, so many people come through the stream show. That's what this community is about. You're at the heart of that, brother. And I just didn't want to end. I didn't want it to end without us highlighting the fact that we appreciate you for what you do in this space and make sure. I mean, it's just so consistent. I get a chance to meet with him behind the scenes, and so I have a front row seat to his commitment to making sure this space is here, that this space is relevant, that he has something specific and special for you. And I want y'all to know that even as he is giving accolades to others, I always want to make sure that we are recognizing where you heard it. Where did you meet me? Where did you meet Walt? Where did you meet Tatiana?
Right.
You met them on the stream show.
Right.
And the stream show has been that conduit. So never don't take for granted the conduit. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. I don't take for granted the conduit. Okay. Stream show. DJ Strick, what you do here, brother, is it matters. And I believe it is part of your calling as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm done.
I feel like it is. This is my passion to be able to do this. I always try to explain it off. It's like being a DJ. You know, I didn't play my records. I played
everybody
else
records.
Yep.
Boom.
But they always came back to my show. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
And I really like to expose what people are doing. Like when you really have great people out in the Ecamm family, like to expose them to each other. Like there's some people that didn't know who Walter was, and he's been around for a very long time, and is now doing some things that is just mind blowing. And having Christo come back, like I need more information about that. Kirk, we need to go. We need to go. And Walt, you need to go to Creator Camp. Like you need to, like when it's in October, like I need you to come through. Like
I'm there,
we had so much fun hanging out with each other.
I'm there.
Kurt and I was there, you know, and Kurt, were we doing the stream show at that point?
No, I think we came up with it there. Yeah, we came up with it there.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, it's because we were in the room. I know we're going full circle back to the beginning, but we were in the room. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't go to Creator Camp to learn anything. I went to Creator Camp to be in the room.
What can happen when you're in the room?
I did the same thing. I was going to give. You know, I wasn't.
Man,
I was going to all the meetings and stuff, you know, but it was an opportunity to get a lot of content for the stream show, which I'll play again once we start talking about it. But it was to connect with everybody. I wanted to see Mary Lou Mandy, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to hang out with Stephanie Garcia, you know? So there was a bunch of people that I wanted to hang out with, Marshall Fox and see Doc again in person, and to see the twins, to see, you know,
it's something different when you can sit down and break bread.
Yeah,
I mean, just shoot the breeze, talk with people, and I think the thing that blew a lot of people's minds was that the person you see here is the same person you meet. In person.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So Miss Davis is asking us on YouTube what our IGs are. I think it's at Walter Jeanette.
It's take the ER off, so it's Walt Jeanette. Yeah, it's just Walt Jeanette.
And Kirk is Kirk R. Nugent.
That's correct.
And Kirk, you can find me as at Strick City, STRICKCITY.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Well, what I would say, Naquandra, is if you find Strick, we're all on his video. So you'll get all of us.
And you're on YouTube, you could see the Strick.bio, that link, and then click the IG from that link. It'll take you right there. So while I was putting his in as well. Man, this has been good. And I know as being a good content creator, sometimes you want to end on a high note as much as you can. We have definitely landed the plane. So I don't want to keep you guys here. I want you to come back next week for some more. And we'll figure out when we can bring Walter back for season, would it be season 2? It's not seasons. We're not doing seasons. I guess it would be, I haven't figured out what I'm calling it. But anyways, we're going to come back. We're going to take a little break in April for the stream show, and then come back in May or June or something like that. I'll know better next week to start telling people. But I found out, well, after doing the show for a little while, like, why did I expect to do 52 shows in a year? Like, that didn't make sense. I don't know what I was thinking.
You got to be able to break in there.
Not a good plan at all. But we know better now, so we're taking breaks in between the stream show so that we can so we can come back bigger and better and do more things and be more excited
Right.
and not be tired during the summertime. We're back on the stream show. So again, I landed the plane. You guys know how to get with all of us. Any last words?
No, I'm good. Appreciate you guys. Love you, fam. See you in the next one for sure.
It's been
Appreciate you guys. Hold what you got, fellas. Also, I'm wrapping it up on the YouTube channel. We're still on IG. So IG, hold what you got. I'm gonna let this in. But guys, I can't tell you how much I really appreciate all that you have done tonight. Well, man, dude. Man, I ain't send you a check, brother.
Man.
Oh my God.
Nah, y'all, bro. I'm trying. The thing is, that's why when I put up that story earlier, and I was like, I got a feeling this gonna be special. And I mean, for real, like I was good. You know, I was chilling. I was going over my deck for tomorrow night, and I was getting ready to grab something to eat, and something was like, I grabbed something said grab my Seth Godin book. This is marketing, and then my Chip Ingram Good to Great, and I grabbed that. And I just grabbed my note. And the crazy part is I ain't even opened them. And I grabbed this, got in the car, went and drove over by Starbucks or whatever. And I just started doing that thing again. I was like, why am I even writing this out? Like, what? And then it was just like, boom. And it was like, you're going to talk about this tonight. And I was like, okay. So I was like, wait. And literally, you know, and it was like, boom. You know what I'm saying? And so, but even still, tonight went way beyond, you know, what I even like. I know, because I told you, I said when me and Kurt get together, it's crazy. But I'm like, wait, it's all three? I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad, yo. This is gonna be wild. Yeah,
dude. I mean, like we really hadn't had a chance to talk since the Stream Kings.
Facts.
So, Kirk, you may not know this, but it was me, and man, I wanted to shout out Alicia Way tonight. You got his shirt on and everything to remind me. I forgot to shout him out. But me, Walt,
Charles, Jermaine,
Charles Jenkins or Jackson?
Jackson. It was Jackson. Yeah.
Jackson.
And Jermaine Freeman. Yeah.
Yep. And man, it was a great show. It was a great show. It was just not a, how you want to say it? I'm gonna be honest about my opinion, because I mean I'm on IG, but I'm gonna be honest about my opinion. When the graphics got done, and I'm sorry, man, I'm strict, and I feel something way about myself. We never talked about being in the shadows. I thought it was the Kings, and it was one person hosting the show, and then the rest of us was in the shadows. And I personally, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it kind of, and I don't even know if it was intended to even go that way. I think it just kind of turned into that. And like I said, and I had a lot of crazy other stuff going on too. Because I think the next time we was trying to go live, I couldn't go. You know, I had another obligation. And then it just kind of went downhill from there. It's funny because I went back and I was looking at some of that stuff probably about a couple of weeks ago. And I saw that and I was like, man, what a time for what it was. Yeah. But yeah, it was lightning in the bottle for that time that it was. But yeah, you know, everything.
I think so.
Place.
I mean, to know what everybody is doing now, because I still have an affinity. You know, I would love to talk to Charles about his book, and then for the pastor about what he's doing.
Right.
I'm looking at the last comment from our YouTube channel. And it says, this show always lifts my spirits and gets me ready for my life. That's Gretchen talking on YouTube over there. So I know, Kirk, it's not about, you know, sometimes me and you, but being able to set the table for another content creator is just such a big deal.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. What y'all, this is, you know, some things going, because I remember when originally, you know what I'm saying, when things started off with Grant, yeah.
Brent, I just had him on the other day too. Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, to see, and I think people don't understand that some people and some things are for a season. And it does
definitely.
not, and some people have such a hard time comprehending that it does. We ain't got beef. I'm not mad at you. I love you. We good. It's just that
Come on.
It has run its course, not because I even wanted it to run its course, just it was destined to run its course. And so it's like now, and the only reason I'm saying it, because you got some people just got stinking thinking, and some people just like thinking the worst. And it's like, no, you like what Strick and him were able to do at that time, boom, lay the foundation. But it's like, this is where we are now. This is what you're supposed to be doing. And everybody's doing their thing. I've seen him doing his thing with stuff on the job and stuff like that. Of course, Kirk is doing his thing. Jermaine is doing his. Alicio out here getting all the bonuses in the world. I was like, bro, how you end up on the
I'm
whole?
excited for him.
How you end up on the insurance? But again, you never know where things are gonna lead you, and that's the thing.
He was always doing the insurance. He was doing it from the house, but he just started a different part with the schools, and I think his concentration to getting out of doing the content creation and concentrating on some, to earning money for his family was a bigger deal. So he kind of like focused on that.
Yeah,
he says, "Hey man, this fun stuff online, man, I need to go get this money."
Yeah, because if it's not, and that's my thing with people. And I think that's why I stressed that at the time during the pandemic, Ecamm was different because we were hustle. So I pop in from time to time now, and I just see so many people, and this is no shot to them because I love everybody, but it's just like I see people they're just trying to figure out stuff to do. Like I saw somebody make a suggestion today, which was cool, but I'm like, what are you gonna do? What are you using it? What are you gonna do with that? I'm the type of person, and as you said to this earlier, I have an affinity. I got a drive that I just want to be great. But at the same time, brother, this got to pay dividends. And I know part of my calling is dividends. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I'm not about to be stressed out, trying to figure all of this stuff out just for the sake of saying, oh, I can do this cool, you know what I'm saying? And I can do this transition, and I can go live on YouTube and Instagram and shorts at the same time. Okay, do you make any, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm like, do you make any money? Like, how do you
make money out of that?
Can you take care of your family? If you're going to spend that much time trying to figure this thing out, then we better be spending time.
How does it make money?
Yeah, how does it take care of the things that actually mean the most? So I respect Alicio for being like, hey, this is fun, but I'm dealing with facts. And if this is gonna take care of what my first priority is, boom. And he'll come back around and he'll spin the block again and create content on how I did this to pull other people in. So it all comes full circle. Yeah.
Exactly. Man, that's awesome. So I know, Kirk, man, I know you're ready to go. I know you got to probably move to the next thing, but I really appreciate you, brother. Man, you add so much to the show.
Yeah. He muted. Kirk, you muted.
He's on through IG because I was hearing him there.
Oh, okay. I got my volume down, so I couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm muted on Ecamm side.
I can hear you now.
Well, you should be able to hear me now.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I appreciate both of y'all though, man. This was lit. This was, you gave me that Red Bull I need for tomorrow. I'm good now. Yeah. I'm good now.
And I'm gonna run. We get these kids situated, but this was dope.
Absolutely. Strict, I lost you.
Okay, so I definitely appreciate you guys coming through.
Most definitely.
My IG needed a little live time anyway, so I guess all three of us are getting a little live IG time tonight.
Right. It's all good, man.